623, something like that.
I have no idea what the street is.
But I was really amazed. It's on that same thing from Strange where the other issue was. It comes down that same low area. So it's naturally low. I think it bowls right behind their house, and they built that subdivision who have built it there. But if it can get to the street, it would go down a little bit. But it's bad. It's like it's the sixth house on the right is going up.
From McHugh.
From McHugh. Biggs. Isn't it? Biggs. Used to be where Mr. Scarborough used to live. But I went over there, and he told me about it a couple of times, and when I went over there, I had to be over that way because I checked on Strange Street, it worked well. And it just really amazed me once you got there, how bad it was in the back of that yard. And it just pines up until something's done. So I don't know if it's a solution.
I'm doing those complaints right now, that basically got their houses built in a hole, and water's gonna run downhill. And I've got a manual around me right now.
That's good, say do it. Okay, anything else for Kirby tonight?
No.
Thank you. Sitting here.
How you doing on the report for the court on North Creek?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's what I knew you're still working on.
I don't know where we're at. I'm honest, I don't know where Arnell's at with talking to the fellow. I know they've been in contact. I just have to check on that.
It would be nice if we could move that thing along, so we're fixing to have the money to do it, so.
Because we can't do it all at once anyways, we have to be done in stages as the weather permits and just kind of work at a block at a time, but we could get started on it.
Okay. So I'll give you all the money to see what everything's at, even though you're probably not.
Okay.
Ms. Pate, did you need something for Kirby?
Yeah, I am when he leaves.
Oh,
I've got
okay.
something to get done with.
Okay. Kirby, thank you very much.
Yeah, and I think when we get the blog suggestions on streets, all we can do is, we need to tell them pretty quick, we'll turn it in for consideration. I think just throwing them on there, I think we give and let like I said, the experts decide which is worse.
Well, that's what I thought we were gonna get to begin with. I know back in 2001, that's what the Dunn's engineering one road around, they give us a list of what they thought were the worst ones, and we kind of used that list for several years.
We kind of got away from that afterwards.
Well, I'll start with, well, actually, yeah, do I stick around for just a couple minutes? Go through our reports real quick. I had hoped tonight to have a final draft of the agreement with Gulf Coast Entertainment for us. Their side was very accommodating to all the requests we made after the last executive session. And we would have had a final draft tonight, but our attorney in Birmingham was in Maine and got stranded in that blizzard they've had on the eastern seaboard. He's still stranded there, and that has slowed down getting that final draft done. I hope to have it by tomorrow. If I do, and if he's doing the final review as we speak, if he is 100% fine with it, I will disseminate it and put it on the agenda for this Thursday night. If he does have problems with it, I will not put it on the agenda. We'll have another discussion. So that's just where that's at right now. I just want to let everybody know it may or may not be on the agenda, depending on which way that goes. And that is the only thing I have tonight. So, Mr. Cromer, the ball is yours.
Just that we're had a big kickoff, and well, we'll talk about it Thursday. With sign-ups, there'll be sign-ups starting this Saturday. I know Call News called today wanting to make sure boys are 10 to 2 at Amelia Park. Girls like 9 to 1 at the girls' park. The high school baseball team did catfish out there, and then the boys were at Skidmore this week, and they did a fundraiser for the high school boys. And this will be their last year there. They'll be having the boys and girls next year will be playing in their new stadiums. So those are under construction right now. So we're working with it within our park system for this year. And actually it's been a great benefit for us because the boys and the girls have worked hard on the field, especially the boys. The high school boys team did more work on our baseball field than has been done in many, many years last year. They've already had work days out there this year. So it's going to be back to, we got Slim Pickens working on a lot of them, once this, but they really made that field look really nice. Do want to mention, if you haven't heard, there is a garden workshop being sponsored by Keep Saraland Beautiful. It's a 2-hour seminar. It's going to be at the Saraland Public Library, February 20th, 10 till noon. They have 3 or 4 speakers, got master gardeners in there, and they're just trying to outreach out there and just, that's who's going to be talking. Alabama Extension Service will be there, Chickasaw Garden Club, Rodney Smith from Smith Hardware will talk about some of the plants and how to do gardening, and Marie Waltman, who's a master gardener. So, but that is coming up. It'll probably be a nice little Saturday event. Well, I think that's it.
Thank you. Dr. Hudson?
Had no report.
Thank you, ma'am. Sid?
Is the only agenda Thursday night, we have that class in Montgomery.
Yes, and thank you for reminding me, which we need to have done for the mayor council.
What day is that?
It's the class on the 23rd on Tuesday.
And the workshop will be the 22nd.
Let me talk about that for a second then. I know 3 of y'all are going, I can't make it, but 3 of y'all are going. It's gonna be an awful long night to do a workshop and then have to drive to Montgomery. Do y'all wanna cancel that next Monday workshop, or y'all just wanna get in there like close to midnight?
No, I'll just miss the workshop. So I mean, I would be here anyway, I'm gonna leave 11 anyway to go up. We go probably run away.
I just missed the work. Yeah, I think we might have to miss the workshop, but I'd really go up there myself, so.
Okay, let's do this then. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel the workshop. I'll announce that Thursday night. We'll just cancel the workshop. That way everybody who's going will have plenty of time to get up there and get settled. Should be a great conference. I wish I could go.
They've got some good information.
One suggestion, I went to that one last term, is call ahead, because part of the afternoon, they just sort of set you loose to go visit legislators and lobby. So call ahead and make sure anybody you want to talk to is going to be in their office. Because otherwise, we wasted a lot of time running around trying to find Randy, trying to find Gordon, and nobody was in their offices, and we just basically wasted time running around.
My last time there, they actually had people lined up outside the door and down almost a block and a half, waiting to get in
Yeah.
to their office.
But that was close to 911, I think.
Well, I went up
This
there,
last year?
my first year, they had a, what you call it, almost like for all the new elected officials, it's kind of a beginner's training seminar. Highlight a lot of stuff the state was doing, meet your representatives. And they actually opened up the legislative house to all the councilmen and mayors, but like, it was just, I was out there in line.
Anything else? Cindy?
It never been in my box, but our co-chair committees have rotated.
Yes.
I think it was about time. We got a list sent out.
Yeah, I handed out one of the council meetings, maybe it was one you didn't make.
Yeah, I want to know who's.
I was just thinking it was getting time to go.
They're calling one of the call news, you did a great article about it too. What?
You just put a copy in my box.
It's because he writes down things word for word.
He does.
I have one copy y'all can pass around, that should be from, make sure the dates are right.
I got with you now. Yeah, I'm with you.
I just rotate, you'll look at me.
Okay, I was gonna see if you need run copies off.
Please.
You got a copy over there?
Now, we're not ordering you, Miss Brenda, we're just requesting.
That's fine.
That's kind of an indirect.
That's not an indirect order, that's a request.
She
She can
offered.
say no too.
Technically.
It doesn't matter. She's trying to get us, and that's the indirect. No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Got it.
That's it.
I
Thank you,
know.
Sydney.
How many copies do you
Speaking of
want?
that, since you're on there, if you have issues with the rate schedule, it's time you can.
5, please.
You're welcome to come next. It's the first Wednesday in the month, 5:30.
That's cute.
I will not make any Wednesday meetings for the next 8 weeks. I've got, man, that class I tell you about, work mandatory every Wednesday night.
Yeah.
After that, we can get up with it.
Well, it takes a while to do,
Right.
but we need to get some copies of some people got
I mean,
problems.
if you've got copies of it, you put one in my box, and just look over it.